I kind of wanted maybe to start and zoom out a bit, because it seems like you have had a connection to mindfulness from an early age. And for a lot of people that don't know that, guys our age, we grew up without the internet.
Right.
We grew up without YouTube. And so trying to get these ideas into your head was not an easy thing to do. Very difficult, in fact, unless you knew an uncle or you were in the library or you happened to be in a certain location. And yet it seems like you had an early experience that probably shaped the rest of your life and maybe stuff we're going to talk about today.
Right.
So I'm wondering if you could talk about your introduction to the concept of mindfulness, which back then was really foreign.
Absolutely. So what happened was I was 14 years old and I was a really insecure kid. Now, the reason I was insecure is because I had a really bad case of acne, horrible acne, and I was made fun of in school. Now, the interesting thing about our minds is our minds will manifest what we believe, and we know this about the mind affecting the body. There's a whole concept called the placebo effect, right? Where doctors find that what you believe about your health will be true about your health. Doctors can often cause a healing from giving people a placebo, essentially a fake pill, but the patient's belief in the pill and the doctor causes the healing. So when I was 13 years old, something awful happened. I happened to look in the mirror as I was brushing my teeth, and I noticed a pimple. And I turned to an aunt of mine, because I was a kid, and I'm like, oh, I have my first pimple. And the aunt goes, well, congratulations, you're a teenager. And guess what? You're going to get more and more and more and more of these. And she was right. I believed my aunt because she was an authority. And before I knew it, my face was erupting in pimples. Now, I had acne for a really long time, for almost 5 years. I remember going to dermatologists, getting injections in my skin, and it was horrible, and nothing would solve it. But the worst part was the lunch line in school. And I remember there was this one particular day, I'm standing in the lunch line, and I have this big white boil on my face. And the kid at the back of the line looks at me and goes, you're disgusting. You're making all of us here not want to eat. And the other kid started laughing at me. And that was brutal. That was horrendous. Now, when I was 14, I was browsing through my dad's bookshelf because I grew up in Malaysia. And in Malaysia back then, there were 3 television channels, maybe 4 or 5 American programs that you could watch on any given day, no internet. So I didn't really have that much to do. And I found this book called The Silva Mind Control Method. So as I flipped through this book, it was written in 1977, was by a Texan mind science pioneer called Jose Silva. And he had found that by getting people to relax and to go into what is called the alpha state of mind, right, which is a slowdown of your brain frequency, you could visualize outcomes and self-hypnotize yourself to change habits or even heal. So I was fascinated by this book. And it took me a while to master the techniques. There were no Silva method classes in Malaysia, so I couldn't enroll in one. So I had to read the book, try, read again, try. Now, the book was really an advertisement for his seminar. I couldn't afford to attend the seminar, so I had to kind of decipher his techniques from his books, and eventually I figured it out, right? When I was 17 years old, I had already had a steady meditation practice, and there I learned a technique from Jose Silva, which is where you sit down, you get into a deep state of meditation, and you visualize your body healing using a specific sequence. I decided to apply that sequence to my skin, and in 5 weeks, meditating 3 times a day for 3 minutes each, I completely healed my skin. I'd had acne for 5 years, chronic acne. I healed it in 5 weeks, around 3 minutes a day, 3 times a day. And I was shocked. So when this happened, I decided to go deeper into what can I do with my mind. The next thing I did was I ended up imagining and visualizing myself representing Malaysia in the US Open Taekwondo Championships because I was a martial artist. And that happened too. Before I knew it, I was in the United States, the Colorado Springs Olympic Training Center, fighting, representing my country in the US Open. That changed the course of my life. I now discovered that I could move towards goals, I could have control over my body, and that set me up for what would later be the launch of my company, Mindvalley.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just in overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you got to pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.